Let's go ahead and just kind of relax into your easy seat, letting your body soften, letting your breath to begin to flow deeply into the bottom of your lungs as you exhale completely. And finding the connection between the breath, the body, and the mind. As you use your breath to soften the body, clear the mind, and focus inward. Take in a full, deep breath, receiving the fullness of this moment. And exhale completely, letting go of all expectations and all striving. In yoga, we honor the practice of aparigraha, which means non-attachment. Aparigraha teaches us that clinging too tightly to outcomes, to identities, to possessions, it only limits our freedom. True peace comes from not holding on, but from trusting that we are held by something greater than ourselves. This truth stretches across all spiritual wisdoms. In Matthew 6:19 through 21, we are reminded, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So as you move through practice today, let your breath be your anchor, not your plans or your expectations. Trust that by loosening your grip, you open your hands to receive something even greater. You are already whole. Nothing you can lose or gain will change that. Go ahead and open your eyes. And we're going to come onto our backs to start. So just kind of swing around, let your legs go long, and roll yourself all the way down. And once you get there, swing your arms overhead, stretch your toes. Let's come into a full body stretch. Just feeling the stretch from the tips of the toes all the way up to your fingertips, stretching up long along the spine, through your sides of your body, and soften and relax. Go ahead and move your feet off to the right side of your mat. You can cross your left foot over your right ankle, and then bring your shoulders over towards the top right corner as you reach across. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and just gently pull over, coming into a banana shape, coming into just a prone side body stretch. And release any tension out of your body as you breathe into the left side, feeling that stretch from your left arm all the way down to your left hip. And just carry that softness all the way down to the left ankle and foot. And let your belly soften as you breathe fully into the belly with your inhale. And exhale, letting it out completely. On your next inhale, go ahead and release your wrist and start walking your body to the other side, letting the left foot kind of come off the left edge corner, walking your shoulders over towards the left upper corner, grabbing your right wrist with your left hand, gently pulling over towards the left side as you allow your body to soften and relax, getting that stretch all the way down the right side of your body. Leaving your shoulders and hips on the ground, breathing into your right ribs, feeling the expansion of your chest. And then release, recentering yourself on your yoga mat. Bringing your hands under your hips and just feet come straight up, coming into a waterfall. Just coming into a gentle inversion here, letting your breath soften and relax. Once again, coming into the connection of the breath with the body, the mind, and the spirit. Go ahead and release your hands, leaving your feet elevated. We're going to come into a little bit of core work. So I want you to pretend like there's a rope dangling from your toes and reaching up. You're going to grab the rope with your right hand, reaching towards your left foot, bringing your shoulders up off the ground, and then left hand to right foot. And just reaching, crossing one hand over the other, activating your abdominals as you reach up, pulling yourself slowly up the rope, leaving your shoulders off the ground, and continuing to breathe with this motion. You can increase your speed if you want, as long as you keep the motion controlled and active. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Relax your shoulders down, bend your knees, pull your knees into your chest, and just gently circle your knees around. And then reverse the circle, going in the opposite direction. And dropping the feet, leaving your knees bent, heels in close to your glutes. We're going to come up into a bridge. So tucking your shoulder blades underneath as you stretch your hands down towards your heels. And as you inhale, pressing to your ground with your feet as your hips push up towards the ceiling, coming into a diagonal from your shoulders up to your knees, leaving your knees in alignment with your hips, squeezing your glutes in, cores activated, and you continue to breathe. And let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, push those hips up and release, coming down. Grab those knees, pulling them back in and just rocking side to side. Now put your hands on the back of your thighs and slowly rock and roll up your spine until you get into a seated position. Onto your seat here, leaving your knees bent in front. We're going to do one final core, one of my least favorite, but it's such a good one for the belly here. A couple of variations here. We're going to come into boat. You can leave your feet on the floor and just lean back, holding your hands out in front, making sure your abdominals are pulled in tight, shoulders are rolled down your back, arms extended out in front. If you want more of a challenge here, you can do 1 foot at a time, raising 1 foot up and putting it down. Or you can lift both up off the ground. Take whatever variation you need and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come on up. And we are done with those. Come on to your hands and knees into a tabletop position. Centering with your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, spine's nice and long, cores pulled in tight. And as you inhale, you're going to tuck the belly, hips tilt up as your chest pulls through and your gaze gently looks up, coming into your cow. And as you exhale, tucking the pelvis, pushing up through your back, curling into the chest, doming up into your calf. Just continuing to move, inhaling into your cow, and exhaling up into your cat. Move with your own breath. Just taking the time to put any extra breath or love into a spot that may be a little extra tight. You can add any extra movements here if you want to kind of do some chest rolls with your cat and cow. And then meet me back into a neutral spine and your tabletop. And go ahead and curl your toes. Let's walk those hands forward a couple of inches. You're going to lift your hips up and back, coming into a downward dog. Hands will be spread wide, pressing firmly through your fingertips and between your thumb and forefinger, kind of cupping, making a cupping with your palms to take a little weight out of your wrists. Slight external rotation in those shoulders. And you can walk your dog here, bending one knee, letting your chest fall through, pressing back towards your thighs. And just to come into some stillness for a breath or two. On your next inhale, right foot is going to step forward to the top of your mat, dropping your back leg, coming into a low lunge, getting your alignment so that your right knee is over that right ankle, pressing your left hip down towards the ground, chest pulls through, pulling that right hip back as you press that left hip forward, And just breathing into your stretch here. One more inhale. And as you exhale, hips are going to come back. Front leg is going to extend, popping up onto your heel, coming into your half split. Once again, focus on pulling that right hip back as you press your left hip forward. Keeping those hips square will help deepen the stretch along the back side, your hamstring. And just coming into your fold to your own degree. Focus on lengthening your spine with your inhale, deepening the fold with your exhale. One more inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhaling into the fold. Then as you inhale, rolling forward, flattening that foot, coming back into your low lunge. On your next inhale, you're going to move your hips back over your left side, coming up into a gate pose. So bringing your right foot in and then over towards the side, foot kind of flat onto the ground there. Getting your alignment here. So you want to make sure your hip stays over that knee. Spine's nice and tall. Abdomen is pulled in tight. And arms are going to extend parallel to the ground. We're going to come in, dropping your right hand onto your right leg. And left arm is going to reach up and over. It's again coming into a side stretch. Focus on pulling that breath into your left ribs, into that left lung. Reaching out long with your left hand as you reach up and over past your left foot, right foot. One more inhale, deepening the stretch. And then exhale, coming back up, arms parallel to the ground, centering your spine. Then you're going to drop your left hand down to the ground, reaching your right arm up and over, just moving the stretch to the other side. You can leave your gaze down towards your hand, or you can look up towards the ceiling. Is feeling that stretch from your right foot all the way up throughout your right fingertips. Go ahead and bring your right hand down to your waist. Walk your left hand forward. We're going to come into a half moon, kind of a modified. So weight's going to come into your left hand, and you're going to raise your right foot up off the ground, leaving those hips open. Nice balance challenge here. Getting some glute workout as you keep that leg elevated. If you want to raise that right hand, stacking it up over your left. Take one more inhale and exhale. Right foot comes down, raising back up into your gate pose. Take one inhale here. Exhale, hands come down, coming back into your tabletop. Walking your hands forward, curling those toes, And press it back up into your downward dog. Hips come up and back. Chest falls through. Slight external rotation of the shoulders with an internal rotation of your hips. One more deep breath in. Full exhale out. And on your next inhale, your left foot is going to step forward to the top of your mat, coming into your low lunge as you drop your right knee down. It's again finding that alignment, leaving your left knee over your left ankle, pulling that left hip back as you press your right hip forward. Chest pulls through, is coming into your low lunge, breathing into that right hip flexor. And one more breath here, breathing in deeply. And as you exhale, hips push back, coming into your half split. Left leg extends, coming up onto your heel, toes up towards the ceiling. As you bend at the waist, leaving a slight micro bend in your knee so you don't walk that knee out. As you fold forward, head comes down towards your knee to your own degree. Continuing to pull that left hip back as you press your right hip forward, leaving those hips square. And allowing your breath to help you soften into the fold. One more inhale, lengthen your spine long. Exhaling into the fold. Then inhale, coming forward. Foot flattens back down, coming back into your low lunge as your knee comes back over your ankle. Lengthening your spine, rolling your shoulders back. In your next inhale, let's move those hips back, coming over your right knee. And you're going to spring your left foot off to the side, keeping your right hip over your right knee. Spine's nice and tall, abdomen's pulled in tight. And when you have your alignment, arms out long, parallel to the ground, coming into your gate pose, taking an inhale here. And as you exhale, left hand drops down to your left leg, right arm reaches up and over. It's breathing into that right side body. Letting go of any tension, releasing those shoulders. I just noticed I was kind of shrugging my shoulders. So let go of any tension here. Take one final inhale, reaching that right hand out long. Exhale, coming back up to midline, centering with your head over heart, heart over pelvis. Then we're going to drop the right hand down towards the floor. You can stay up on your fingertips. If you've got a block or a big book, you can use that here if you need to bring the ground up closer to you. And then bringing that left arm up over your ear, pressing the flat edge of your left foot firmly down into the ground to get that stretch from the foot all the way up through your fingertips. One more inhale, stretching that left arm out long. As you exhale, bring that left hand onto your waist, looking down to the ground and walking your right hand out a couple of inches as we come into our half moon. Lifting that left leg up off the ground, rolling your hip open, chest open, and extending your left arm, stacking the left arm over the right, and continuing to breathe, feeling the activation as you hold that leg parallel to the ground. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, dropping that leg back down to the ground, coming back up, spine and alignment, right hip over right knee, and then coming forward into your tabletop. Then walking your hands forward, curling your toes, hips come up and back, coming into your downward dog. Letting your chest fall through, hips high towards the ceiling. And coming into your breath. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look towards the top of your mat, and slowly walk forward, coming into a forward fold, feet about hips width apart as you drop your head, bending at the waist, just letting gravity lengthen your spine. You can leave a bend here as deep as you need to get the stretch that you want. Your next inhale, halfway lift, spine comes parallel to the ground, weight forward into your toes. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees and slowly roll up. Arms circle up, upward salute. Clasping your hands, pressing your palms up towards the sky. Then as you inhale, you're going to stretch it up tall. And then exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale back up to center. Take a slight back bend. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet step back. And a lower down chaturanga. As you exhale, drop your knees, slowly drop your chest down to your chin, leaving your elbows in. As you inhale, chest peels back, coming into your cobra. Exhale, chest down, curl your toes, hips up and back into your downward dog. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards the top of the mat, and walk it forward, back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knee, slowly roll it all the way up. Inhale, upward salute. Clasping your hands, palm press up towards the ceiling. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back into your plank. One, inhale. Lower down, take your chaturanga. Take your knees down to your chest, into your chin. Inhale for your cobra. Exhale, pressing it back into downward dog. And one more of those. Inhale, bend, look towards the top of your mat. Walking forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knee, rolling all the way up to the top. Inhale, upward salute. Fingers interlace, palms press up towards the sky. Inhale, long. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back up to center. Coming to a slight back bend and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down, feet step back. And as you exhale down, take your chaturanga. Inhale for the cobra. Exhale, chest down. Meet me back into your downward dog. And give me 3 breaths here. Inhale, breathing in deeply. And as you exhale, open your mouth and sigh it out. Just letting go of any heat and tension that your body has built up. Then inhale, bringing your knees down onto the ground, kicking your feet off to the side, legs coming out wide to a wide-legged seat, spines elongated. You're going to come into a revolved kind of a side bend twist. So inhale, arms. And as you exhale, right hand is going to reach towards the left leg. As you lean towards the right, left hand's going to reach up and over towards your left foot, towards your right foot, as your right ear drops down towards your right knee. One more inhale, reaching that left hand towards that right foot. As you exhale, coming back up to midline. I'm going to take it to the other side. Right arm's going to reach up and over. Left hand come down towards the ground. Right hand reaching towards your left foot. As your left ear drops down towards your left knee. Just coming down to your own degree. Letting your breath soften and lead the fold. One more inhale, deepening the stretch. Exhale, coming back up to midline. Inhale, arms both come up. We're going to exhale into a forward fold, bending at the waist, hands and forehead come down towards the ground, leaving your spine long. And exhaling into the fold. One more inhale, lengthen your spine long. Exhaling deeper into the fold. And then slowly walking back up into a seated position. Grab your knees, kind of bending your knees up. Then bringing the soles of your feet to touch. And then walk your feet forward a couple of inches, kind of making a diamond shape as you settle your hips down onto the ground. Inhale once again, lengthening your spine, and then exhaling, arching the back as you fold down, bringing the top of your head down towards the soles of your feet. One final inhale, breathing in deeply. Exhaling into the fold. And slowly walking yourself back up as you inhale, grabbing the outside of your knees with your hands, and using your hands to help close. I'm going to rotate to the long part of my mat, and we're going to slowly roll on down to your back. Taking your time, making it nice and controlled, trying to expand one vertebra at a time as you slowly roll all the way down. And finally releasing your shoulders, legs go out long, palms open up to the sky as they relax down your sides. Just coming into your breath, letting your body soften into your final resting pose. Let your eyes close here as you focus on your breath, focusing on their stillness, feeling the gentle flow of your breath, effortless, moving freely, reminding you that not everything must be held tightly. Yoga teaches us that non-attachment is an act of trust, a courageous stepping back from control to allow life to unfold as it must. This sacred truth is reflected again in spiritual wisdom. In 2 Corinthians 4:18, we are reminded, so we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. As you rest here, know that you are not defined by what you hold. You are not lessened by what you release. In letting go, you step into something deeper, truer, everlasting. I encourage you to carry this spaciousness off your mat. A heart free to love, free to trust, and free to just simply be. Let's go ahead and just start wiggling your fingers and toes. It's waking up the body. Moving that into some ankle circles and wrist circles. Coming into a full body stretch. Arms overhead, feet come together. And pressing yourself back up into a seated position. Finding your center, bringing your hands to prayer at heart center, balancing with your head over heart, heart over pelvis. I hope you're feeling a bit looser after practice today, getting all those side bends in. I want to thank you for joining me. As always, it's a blessing to serve you and to practice with you. I bow to you. Namaste.